Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Studios. So, you know that I'm just pretty confusing, anyway. So, listen, I refused to start the video yesterday because I wouldn't believe that I just spent too much time on internet videos that I just gonna be watching on right here on the platform. But now we're gonna be continuing to translate Italian language everywhere you go around here, like anything is going to be to do this. So, I'm not very sure that we're going to be doing like anything as well. Especially, I cannot able to be doing this as well. Even to do is not going to be for a little bit for right there as well. Because of some sort of like you're using La Sutica, I don't like those things as well. And anything of that we don't really think this is not going to be matters like anyways as well. And now let's not going around here for like anyways to do. So we're gonna be starting with Ace Attorney Comic Studios. So I just gonna be loaded up. And right here is going to be for that I just started to recreate it for some kind of Better Call Finger. I just probably using for this some kind of script from Better Call Finger, but right there is something a little bit missing that is just gonna be added on. And he says Jimmy, and anything could be like anything as well, going to be for like this. So the numbers will be like not this, but anyways, I'm going to be turning to some kind of this thing as well. So I'll be starting to get a little bit closer and still a little bit wide over here. But things I'm not going to be to do this as well. I just added a Jaguar F type or some sort of like this. The Jaguar XF, which means could be for around for this car. Like we really think this isn't going to be for exactly how it does. It was right beside with Camaro and the Tesla Model S. Even that I added T from Puyo something like this. I had a Gopnik and Saul Goodman's face on top of his head. Which means that Supercar Cookie has seen this and he's taking a dump over a sunroof of a Jaguar supercar. I like this. I'm not very sure. A four-door sedan around here for some kind of like this. A racing sedan like those things is going to be to do this as well. As I'm going to be for like this as well. I'm going to be copying for this thing as well and translate it into something else like Italian language. So I'm gonna be copying for this thing as well and paste like anything as well. Because that he said around here, as of a match, my cellular phone from the distance you should feel it, and you felt nothing, said him for this thing as well. He talks to him that he's being testified by him as well. And then this is actually gonna be for a little bit loud as well for some kind of like those things. As somebody says, would you please take all the way out for their electronic devices as well, and probably the custard elder custard cookie yells, I'm crazy, and he gets to slap those numbers. What a crazy joke. Or could it be presses Jimmy or Stimmy? What is not going to be to do that I just going to be louder as well for some sort of like this. I heard for some kind of meme and he yells and he gets to stick the crouch to his own clucking sunroof. And he gets to defecate through a sunroof, which means it's him. And he yells, what? Oh my gosh, he's taking a dump! And the law is sunroof number 9. Jimmy couldn't keep his hands out of my crouch. Alright, that's enough. Somebody's saying this as well. I might gonna be making this in progress like anyways. So according to this calculations for around here, and let's go into be saying this and translate it for around here for some kind of like this as well. It says here it's not going to be for around here. I'm not very sure. It's not going to be saying for this match. I'm not going to be saying for this thing. Come on, fiamme fiero. Il mio cellulare ne questa distanza di vostri sento e non hai sentito nulla. And I non hai sentito nulla. Oh gosh, that I just gonna be using for a translation like this. Alright, I'm going to be pressing around here for some sort of like this. I'm probably not very sure that this isn't going to be for a possibility. So, this is the entire of those things, what he's just actually going to be said around here. And what he's just going to be yelling itself once again. I'm just going to be using the Italian language whatsoever. And the next one I'm going to be pasting here. How am I not sure? So Cebalzeleta Paza. Ano posiedenie precioso Jimmy. Oh gosh. I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be what I just going to be continue to translate. I got last around for some kind of 8 days to do this. I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for exactly that it's just going to be around here. And then he gets to defecate through a sunroof. What in a crazy thing is going to be doing this as well. So I'm going to be cut and paste and set something a little bit for around here for Jode. E viene defecato astrofido non apribile. Apribile. I'm not sure. Apribile is going to be for around here. Defecated through a sunroof. Oh gosh. He defecated through a sunroof. I'm probably sure this isn't going to be for around for such as a little bit real. Oh gosh, this isn't going to be for around here. I'm not pretty what I asking for something is to say. I gotta be growing a little bit smaller, including a supercar cookie over here on the corner. And a Slav Gopnik over here, and oh gosh, I'm not very sure he is too big for something like this. And I absolutely gotta be covering him for his pretty much. So the supercar cookie is gonna be right over here. What I'm not gonna be thinking around here. So one more, and I'm gonna be moving on to the next one. And it says here, oh cosa, oh mio Dio, sta facendo la oh my gosh. And he's gonna be going for around here for some sort of like this. What is actually going to be he's saying right now? And this is pretty dumb as well for some sort of like this. This is gonna be for the law of sunroof number 9.
The law is sunroof number 9.
And all the way becomes La legge il terzo apriva numero niente. I'm not sure. This is the number 9 as well for some kind of like this. And this is actually going to be for some sort of like this said as well. And lastly, he said, Jimmy couldn't keep his hands out of my crouch. I'm not very sure that we're going to be doing this for another one as well. I'll be right back. And if I gotta be drawing something like it else, like Clotted Cream Cookie yells out of its way, I'm not very sure that Phoenix Wright wouldn't actually going to be said that anyway as well. Another prosecutor around for this thing as well is Languidi Chat Cookie. What is this incident is going to be for around here? I just translated the Italian language. Almost everywhere is going to be. Especially is going to be for around here. And let's just doing this for one thing. Oh gosh, let's do for this Stimmy. Stimmy, and this is gonna be for around here for this thing as well. And he gets to stick the crouch to my own clucking sunroof. What is actually going on for around here? I just already said that in the meantime as well. So this isn't going to be for around here for to do this as well. So the last thing is I'm going to be doing this. I have missed actually going to be for one thing. Let's cut off and paste it over here. And Jimmy non risolve letteralmente la sola ma fuori dalla mia posizione a cavaleria. What is this? I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for round for this. So, this is actually going to be what he's going to say for around here. And then, he just actually, somebody yells, alright, that's enough for some kind of like this. I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for what I just actually saying this. And this isn't going to be for keeping that in mind as well. Something as well. I'm going to be copying and paste and saying, oh, what is this isn't going to be for around here. I'm going to be copying and paste. And then this isn't going to be for around here for some kind of like this. This isn't going to be for stick to for some kind of like this. Alright, this isn't going to be for something like for kind of like this. I'm gonna be for around here for some sort of like this says. I'm not gonna be trying to click it on that sound of the word. And of course, that will be it. And that yells, Va bene basta così. Va bene basta così. Yep, it's going to be possible to do this as well. So I'll be added one more and that will be it. You know, it's going to be at 4 a.m. in the morning that I just completely recorded about for this in a moment for around here. But I talking for around for the announcements around here that will be said around here. It could be the last day of the uploading schedule will be today right here anyways. This isn't going to be for around here for much do so unless we're going to be uploading for more last 4 of the uploading schedules for this day that I just going to be scheduling this out as well. And it says here, because it was been 2 days ago, and it says here, Caserio quelli si ci hai detto per insultare in testimone. Quando hai aggredito la sua defiant obligatori control. What is absolutely going to be doing this as well. I wasn't able to be saying this for a long time. What I just going to be doing. So, back in Ace Attorney, that I just completely add a language chat cookie, and it says, what was that nonsense that you're saying to insult the witness? You are assaulting yelling at his defense. Which means I'm gonna be doing this right now, that I just going to be doing as well. He says, what was that nonsense that you're saying to insult the witness? You were assaulting yelling to his defense, or like this, at his defense like this. I wasn't able to be saying for this around here. Let's just paste for something as well, and then that will be it for some kind of like this, which is even a little bit worth it as well for him. For to him, this is going to be even worth it as well for some sort of like this. What I just going to be thinking that I just going to be saying that out loud as well. But unfortunately, I have tried to speak Italian, which means this is very impossible because of the South Asian reference that I just doing that what I just gonna say, which is pretty bad as well. But looks like I'm trying to still learning about the European languages, including Russian languages, but I'm not very, of course, to do what I just going to be saying this. It was nearly impossible that I just going to be wanted to say for around here for some sort of a defense. And that is not gonna be a little bit okay for around here. Is this not okay for around for this entire comic? If this isn't gonna be going to tell you no about in the comments around here. I translated entirely into Italian language to anything that it goes around here. So thankfully that will be the end of this video, of course. And the link is gonna be in the description. And you might check it out of this around here for a little bit for one thing as well, because I just translating not anything as well, but I'm just using for some kind of text like those things for the speech words like this translated to Italian language and Ace Authority Comic Studio. Thanks for watching, and the main of this website was into the description that I already said. And I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and comic studio users all later. And I'm pretty sure this wouldn't be as worth it as well for one more.